Ah, okay, there we go. Now my mic's plugged in. What was I doing last night that my mic was unplugged? On the other laptop, probably. Ay. Jeez Louise. Turn that on. Come over here. All right.
All rise for the jury.
Please have a seat as you come in. All right, have a seat. Thank you.
So this is O'Driscoll.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience.
They'll just be messing around.
We will
on
now
them.
proceed with additional cross-examination of Detective O'Driscoll by the defense. Detective, let's have you come in the courtroom. Detective, please step in front of Brittany. We'll get you sworn back in.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in the matter before the court to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, subject to the pains and penalties of perjury?
I do.
Thank you. Have a seat.
Exactly. Ms. Nestor, please proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court. Good morning, Detective O'Driscoll.
Good morning, Ms. Nestor.
I believe when we stopped yesterday, we were talking about the GIFs or GIFs. And I want to start by having you review a document that's been agreed to by the parties. It is exhibit number 3-40. And at this point, Your Honor, we're asking to admit it per stipulation of the parties.
So the witness can see 3-40. And do we want to publish now, counsel?
Please.
Mr. Bloodworth?
No objections.
State's exhibit 3-40 is admitted.
All right. And this was talked about when, I believe it was Mr. Kostradimos, I think, it's all blurring together now, was on the stand. But this is the group of all the GIFs or the GIFs that were in kind of a group and included the ones that were accessed on the morning after the police left Ms. Richins' home, after Mr. Richins passed. Do you remember the testimony about that?
Yes.
Okay. Can we go to the page that shows the GIFs in question? Maybe blow that up at the top. Okay. So I think that's two of them. One of them is from, I guess, the movie Dumb and Dumber. And the other one is our president. And I think there was a third one, but it's, yeah,
Kevin
Mr. Spacey and in a TV program, right? And those are the three GIFs that were talked about. And if you blow up the time that they were accessed, they all were accessed at 8:29:03 a.m. on March the 4th. That's the day that Mr. Richins was found deceased, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, that's
Right,
after they
and,
left.
I know we've already heard the testimony that these are what we call orphaned GIFs. You can't really tell which text they came with and exactly when they were sent or who they were sent to or by. All we know is that they were somehow accessed at that point by her phone, correct?
That was the testimony, Mr. Kostradimos, yes.
Okay, can you pull up another one of the photos that is the picture from the house?
Give me 1 second.
Mr. Kostradimos, yes.
Okay,
Source file. Private mobile library cache. Preview. So she had them saved in her phone. It's not like she was just browsing Twitter or fucking Reddit or something. She came across them and it got saved in her cache. It's fucking... She saved them.
at that point by her phone, correct?
That was
That is the picture from the house. That's it. All right. This is another picture that was accessed at that exact moment at 8:29. And can you blow the picture up a little bit? Do you recognize what that is, that photograph?
It's the legacy home.
It's the legacy home, right? And was there another photo that was accessed that same morning, also orphaned? Can you find that picture? It's right above it, I think. There we go. Can you blow that picture up a little bit?
No, Katie doesn't know how to
Thank
do
you.
that.
All right. And is that also just a closer up view of the legacy mansion?
It appears so. It's very blurry on my screen.
It is. I think it is blurry. And then can you back out and show
Katie,
the time
get
that
outta
one was
here.
accessed according to
Let's
the
see if I can
same
do it better.
group of photos? That one appears to have been accessed at 10:42
Nah, it's
a.m. the
blurry.
same morning.
That's what this document says, yes.
Okay. Now,
Yeah, because she was gonna sell the fucking house.
if we could put just
Like,
on the witness's screen,
closing on it.
exhibit JO, I think it's 11, not for the publication yet, Your Honor.
Understood.
All right. And can you take just a moment and blow that up just a little bit so he can read it better? All right. Just take a second and scroll through that and tell me if that refreshes your recollection about any documents you reviewed about Eric's final communications before he passed.
Your Honor, objection. There's no foundation to get to whether or not his recollection requires refreshment.
Yeah, let's pause there. We do lay a little bit of foundation before we get there.
Sure, and it requires us to go back to yesterday. So yesterday I had asked you right before we stopped if you had, as part of your investigation, reviewed the final communications of Eric right before he passed away, and you mentioned you had. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right.
He mentioned that at the time he was familiar with them, but he has a digital forensics team that would be more familiar. So I don't even understand why you're asking him these questions. It feels misleading to me. Like you're trying to mislead the jury, because if you just say things like, okay, so these were accessed on her phone at some point, it leaves like a gray area where it's like, oh, well, maybe she wasn't, being mischievous. She just like came across. Nah, you should get the forensic, the digital forensic person up here.
Based on that, if you could refresh, do you recall the communications you reviewed that day?
Not all of them. Some of them, yeah.
Can we then please blow up this document in front of him and see if this refreshes your recollection as to what you reviewed?
Mr. Bloodworth, the witness, doesn't have it yet. Any objection to that question?
Your Honor, I think the objection foundation, I think that requires additional foundation.
I think the question pending is, are these among the things he reviewed? Correct?
Maybe I misunderstood the pending.
Yeah.
That's the question.
So I think,
If we back up a step, maybe I'll catch up.
sure. Ms. Nesser, ask your last question one more time, please.
Are these texts that are before you part of what you reviewed from Eric's final communications on his phone?
Go one step before that. He hasn't seen these yet. He doesn't currently have them in front of him.
Do you recall all of the communications you saw that day when you were reviewing Eric's
Didn't
final
say
communications?
no. You already said
All
no.
the texts from his phone
Yes.
on the day before he died?
Yes.
I don't remember all of them. I remember some of them.
So then would you please look at this document and see if it refreshes your recollection and as to whether these were included in his communications?
Any objection, Mr. Bloodworth?
No, sir.
Okay.
Holy fuck. They literally just talked about how they were going to ask him these questions and they can't do it. I don't know. The defense is really fucking bad.
The witness can now see what you're
They're
referring to.
driving me nuts.
Thank you, Your Honor. And can you go down just one more? And maybe blow that up?
It takes 3 people to figure out what the defense attorney is trying to get at. And they took a big recess and they were doing a whole bunch of stuff before the jury even came in. So I was keeping my ear on it. That's why I didn't go live before, because I didn't feel like listening to Robbie. But we already went through this with her. That's why it's like, what is wrong with you, woman? Ursula, get your fucking shit together.
Up a little, that photo. Does this refresh your recollection, these communications of Eric's and Kouri's the day he died?
These are time-stamped March 3rd. That's not the day he died, but the day before he died.
Totally correct, because he died in, we think, the early morning hours of the 4th, right?
Yeah, he was pronounced deceased on the 4th.
Okay.
Yes, Your
So,
Honor. Sorry, objection foundation is to the meaning of died, right? He was pronounced dead on.
But I think the witness and the questioning lawyer have a common understanding here. Overruled.
thank you, Your Honor. Okay, so were these included in what you reviewed in the communications between Eric and Kouri on the 3rd of March?
Yes.
All right. And this photograph, if you could blow that up.
Your Honor,
Utah mom partied at new mansion days after the murder? Oh, that doesn't sound good. We might have to watch that after.
Objection. His recollection has been refreshed. I think the exhibit can now be set aside.
I'm not publishing it. I've just got one more question about the photo, and then I'm done.
I'll take it down and ask your question. If we need to refresh again, you can.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Wait, did you tell me I could ask the question?
Yeah, I took the photo down. Ask whatever you're about to
Yes,
ask.
yes.
Okay.
Does the photo that you
He's got
just
a nice tie today.
refreshed your recollection with match the same photo that we just saw in 340? That was the corner of the Midway Mansion.
Your Honor, the photo's still up on my screen, and the witness is
My apologies. There you go.
staring at it.
Sorry. Is it the same photo, sir?
This one that we just saw that was enlarged, you're asking if that's the same as the one in the text message?
Does it match the one that we just put on the screen for the jurors that came with all those other pictures that morning?
Yes.
Thank you. That's all I have. I'm done with that. I'm sorry, maybe I'm not. Can I have just one moment, Your Honor?
Sure.
So let's just use like our, I don't know, our internet brains, our average internet brains. If like, if the picture of the Midway Mansion that she took is in the same fucking place where all these other gifts are, is it safe to say that she had those gifts saved?
One more step. We could go back to
She was
340, which
looking
has
at
been
him.
admitted, and pull up some additional gifts that were accessed at that same time. If we could pull those up, please.
Sure. There you go.
I don't think I'd be able to make
so
it in
there's
court.
the picture on the bottom.
I would be wringing everyone by their necks, shaking and being like, "What is wrong with society? You got this could be solved in 5 minutes, and you guys just want to fucking finger pop each other's assholes."
Left-hand corner of the Midway Mansion house, right?
Yes.
And that one was accessed at 10:42 a.m. the morning of the 4th.
Yes.
And the one with the champagne is
There's
also
popping
that
bottles.
exact same time.
Yes.
And the one with the farmer is that exact same time.
Yes.
And we know for sure that the one on the bottom left was sent the day before. Because we just looked at that, right? And you refreshed your recollection.
Yeah, I don't know if the part of the extraction that we're looking at right now is saying that that's where that came from. I don't know if that's the same file path, but that photo is the same.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay.
Is she implying that the metadata is wrong? Because it can't be wrong.
We can take that down now. All right. I also want to talk to you about, sorry, startle me. I also want to talk to you about the Google searches that were testified about here that were on
Very
Ms. Richins'
artistic.
phone or computer or both. Did you review those as part of your investigation?
Yes.
All right. And were you able to determine dates on all of those searches when they were made?
I don't believe so. Yeah, that would be a question for Mr. Kouri. I remember seeing the searches and the text of the searches, but I believe he testified that that there wasn't a timestamp associated with them, and that they differed from the action in the phone that showed that a link was actually clicked on from one of those searches.
Okay, perfect.
And I believe those had timestamps.
Okay, the links, but maybe not the searches.
Correct.
Thank you for that clarification. And you agree that as of April the 13th of 2022, approximately a month and a few days after Eric passed away, that Ms. Richins' house was searched and she was detained in a police vehicle, right?
Objection, Your Honor.
Foundation.
Foundation, yeah.
Disdain. Lay low foundation.
Are you aware that there was a search conducted on her house on April 13th?
On Miss Richins' house?
Yes.
Yes.
And are you aware that while that search was being conducted, Ms. Richins was temporarily detained in a police vehicle for a period of time?
Objection, Your Honor, calls for a legal conclusion.
Overruled on that.
Go ahead.
I think the word detained is the problem there. I think there's been dispute over whether or not she was detained. But she was spoken to. She was asked to wait in law enforcement's vehicle until the lead detective could come speak to her about what was going on with the search.
Okay. So, the searches
Like
on the
months
website.
later. A little late there, guys.
Fair to say that all of those searches are believed to have occurred after April 13th of 2022?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know there were timestamps on the searches, so I can't be sure.
Did you ever interview any of Kouri's family or friends and ask them if they were responsible for any of those, or if they'd ever seen Kouri do it, or who did those searches?
No.
Okay.
On her phone?
All right, I'd like to talk about the orange notebook for just a moment. We pulled up, do we have the Do you have that orange notebook exhibit? I can't remember the number of it. Court's indulgence for just a minute. I have the number. I've got it. I'll tell you. Just one moment. I'm sorry, Your Honor. It's hard to keep all these exhibits straight. Can we put up Exhibit 2-66R? It's admitted, Your Honor. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Before we do that, can we put up Exhibit, 2-66R? That's correct. We don't have they redacted part of it, and we don't have that.
Scott, 2-66R, please.
Would he be so kind? I don't want to accidentally put something up that was redacted, Your Honor.
My apologies. We'll fix that. It's okay.
It's a lot of fire alarms.
Scott, if we do our normal dance, I'd appreciate it.
Do our normal dance. He doesn't even need to tell Scott what to do. Can we just do our normal dance, Scott? You know, when Katie doesn't have the fucking shit she needs to pull up and can you just get it? You're better at knowing just what's going on. You pay more attention. Just do our dance. Let's do our dance.
2-66R, publish.
Yes, please, Your Honor.
There you go.
All right, and can we, that's what we like to call the orange notebook, right? Because it's like in an orange kids' school notebook, right?
Correct.
Okay, and can you fast forward, Katie, until I tell you to stop? Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, right there.
Should we be reading this? I don't
Can you
feel
go
like
out
reading.
the bottom third of the page? All right, so this orange notebook that was recovered from the house, you don't have any knowledge about the circumstances under which it was prepared, do you?
Oh, we actually were reading some of this
Or
yesterday.
why it was written?
I do not.
And you don't know when it was written?
Seems suspicious.
No, I don't.
And this was seized the day Ms. Richins was arrested, which was May 8th, 2023, correct?
I believe so, yeah.
So over a year after Eric's death, right?
Correct.
All right, and here on there is an entry that says on March the 22nd, can you highlight that, please, Katie? Kouri starts counseling. Do you see that? You need to say yes.
Your counselor told her to write a kid's book.
Did you take any steps to verify if that actually was the date she started doing mental health counseling?
What is the point, man? Okay, like I hate how they like it's like they do setups to points that go fucking nowhere. And my brain is like trying to figure it out before they get to their point. The point is never made. It's never fucking made. So I was like, are they trying to be like, she searched these pictures way before the death and they were in the camera roll. And like this, I'm just trying to be a defense attorney for Kouri at this point. Jesus fucking Christ. Just because, so if she searched them way before and they were in the camera roll, let's say she was looking at pictures of her husband after he passed because he missed him, and she just scrolled past one of these pictures, one of these GIFs, right? So she wasn't looking at the GIF being like, haha, I got away with it. It was just in her camera roll. She scrolled past it to look at a different picture. Or she needed to get to the Midway mansion to send a picture because she was closing on it. She doesn't even fucking put that out there. She doesn't say, could it be safe to say this? She's just like, hey, when were these taken? He's like, I don't know. And she's like, we don't know anything. We don't know anything. Let's move on. I fucking hate this trial.
I didn't learn anything about her counseling from interviews that we conducted. We did get Kouri's medical records, and I don't remember if a mental health counselor was part of those, but that's possible.
And I imagine as I forgot the word you used, as a serious crime investigator, homicide investigator, detective, death scene investigator, you've dealt with a lot of victims and family members who've been traumatized by a death and have required counseling. Is that fair?
My involvement with victims doesn't usually go that far to know whether they sought counseling or not. We refer them to the Victims Advocate Service, and they're much more equipped to help them with that.
Great. And have you ever heard of what's called trauma journaling?
No.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay.
Your Honor, maybe approaching.
I'll move on. I'm done with that. You
Are
don't know,
we
so I'll
approaching or
move
moving on?
Well, we're moving on from the subject matter. No need to approach.
Got it.
on. We are moving on from the subject matter.
Very good.
All right. You also talked about the fact that you found it, I think you said suspicious, but I don't want to put that word in your mouth, but it was of significance to you that Carmen had placed at Mr. Richins'
Brooks Courts, March 30th. These court things take the weekend off. I'm just trying to get to Feral Friday, and then if my face is still killing me, I might have to, I don't know, I might have to just do something about it. And then when is Monday? What day is Monday? I don't know what day Monday is. I was thinking about just going back to Vertical Brook streams with the countdown so people know what the fuck is happening. And so I can recoup whatever it's gonna cost to fix my fucking face. I'm just gonna tell him to start ripping teeth out until the fucking my face feels better. Life, man. Life. What was my point? I'm so sick of people asking me about Brooke. I'm just gonna go back to Brooke in like at least March 15th. Is that when it is? Somewhere in mid-March, we'll go back to Brooke shit.
obituary on her memory wall or her inspiration wall or whatever.
Monday's the 16th. Yeah, it seems like a good day to come back.
Is that right?
I noticed it. Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it was something that caught my eye.
Did you happen to notice if there were any other obituaries right around it or next to it?
It's killing me more
Not
than you
particularly
guys,
no-
trust me.
Particularly notice.
Can we pull up exhibit? Yes, thank you. The second one, 816R, I think. Oh, it's 15? Okay, 815R. And that's in, Your Honor, if we could publish it.
I can't see it yet, Katie. Oh, you don't have it. My apologies.
Oh, that
Scott,
one's got things
would
blurred.
you help us out? Thank you. Let's see. This is 8-15R. Let me just make sure this is the one you intended, Ms. Nestor.
That is the one.
And Katie does have this one. You wanted to switch back.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm going to need her to blow it up. Can we
One
switch it
moment.
back to her, please? I'm so sorry.
No problem.
There was a recent version where they blurred a lot of children's faces out and stuff. Okay. Do you remember this picture we introduced of Mr. Richins' obituary on her memory wall?
Yes.
Can you please blow that up, Katie, to show what's
Oh,
right
thanks,
beside
Rob.
it or right under it?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know why.
Do you see another in loving memory right below it?
Yeah. It looks like a program pamphlet from a funeral.
Okay.
This is
Right.
Carmen's.
Also, the C&E
Vision
hat, I
board?
believe, that was on that
I don't know
wall
what to call it.
that you noticed. Did you do any investigation to determine if Carmen actually, I'm sorry, if Carmen actually did any work for C&E?
Yeah, based on our conversations, she never worked for C&E as a company. She did work on the Richins house. She interacted with Eric, but she was never employed by C&E.
Okay. All right. I also want to show you a text. As part of your investigation of reviewing text between Eric and Kouri, Katie, if you could pull up Exhibit 2 dash, I believe it's 9. 2-3. Thank you. That's it. Before you look at that, do you recall trying to determine, investigating whether or not Kouri was aware prior to Eric's death that at least some, maybe not the house, but at least some of the assets that belonged to them or to Eric were shielded under some kind of a trust, if she was aware of that before he passed?
Yeah, that was part of our investigation.
All right. And did you review conversations she had with people about that and texts about that and things about that?
I didn't have any recorded conversations that she had had. I guess it depends on the timing that you're asking about.
Okay, I'd like to refresh your recollection and see if you look at these texts, if it reminds you if this is one of the things you looked at in trying to make that determination, okay?
Okay.
Can you blow that up? It's Exhibit 2-3D as in Delta. And just let him look at all of them, please, just slowly. Give him plenty of time to read.
Alpha, Beta, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot. What was G?
Can you go back up? I think we're missing. That one. There you go. The next page.
George?
Does this refresh your recollection? Do you remember looking at this set of
Oh, no,
texts
geez.
between Kouri and Eric?
No, I didn't have time to finish reading that.
Oh, sorry. Keep letting him read it.
Okay.
Does that refresh your recollection? Do you remember reviewing this series of texts between Kouri and Eric relating to the trust?
I don't remember, and the context of those messages, I can't say that that's what they're talking about.
Okay, so this does not refresh your recollection.
No.
Okay, court's indulgence for just one moment, Your Honor.
No, that's not true.
It's weird when they talk to each other, like when the defense and prosecution mingle it up.
All right, we'll just hold on. Yeah. Can you please keep looking? I could circle back. Okay. We're working on something, but I'm going to ask a couple more, move back, and then we may come back to it when she's done looking. So was it your understanding, without saying anything anyone told you, when
It's the
you were
mom.
conducting your investigation, did you become aware that Kouri knew of at least some portion of the
is with her?
some aspect of the trust being created before Eric passed?
Objection, Your Honor. More foundation, otherwise it's based on hearsay.
The foundation objection is sustained based upon the witness's prior answer. If you can start smaller, maybe build up to it, there may be some foundation here.
Did you interview people, look at documents, review texts to try to inform your investigation as to whether Kouri knew that Eric had created a trust for at least some portion of their assets prior to his death?
No shit.
I reviewed information about the trust from several different sources. Everything that I reviewed suggested that she was not aware of how the trust worked or the consequences of the trust.
Totally fair. I think you're right about that. But was she aware that it existed?
Objection, Your Honor. Same foundation objection.
Overruled based upon his prior answer. You can answer, Detective.
I can't think of a specific instance, but I think there was some information that might have suggested that.
Okay, thank you.
I think Corey's plan would have been better if she knew how the fucking trust
right.
was set up.
Now I want to talk about Valentine's Day.
Sandwich.
You were here when Ms. Staking testified to the jury that in a conversation with a bunch of friends, there was some joking references made to Kouri wanting to poison Eric, and then Eric stating he had an allergic reaction and used an EpiPen. You heard that testimony, right?
Objection, Your Honor. Foundation. That's not what happened.
I think your recitation of Ms. Staking's testimony was correct until the last either sentence or clause.
Okay. Did you become aware?
It makes her look worse. What, your client was joking about poisoning her husband, and then all of a sudden he was sick? I don't remember that happening either. Is she implying what the fuck?
That at least in some context there was a discussion on about the Valentine's Day incident relating to Eric taking an EpiPen, using an EpiPen.
Mistaking from my memory testified that there was a comment made by Eric in a joking manner that Kouri had tried to poison him. And then she said that Kouri's explanation was that it was an allergic reaction.
And that he used an EpiPen, right? Didn't she say that was the very last thing she said, I think?
I think so.
Okay.
Interesting.
So did you do any investigation
Imagine if you poisoned me. No, I would never do that. It's probably just an allergic reaction.
into whether or not Eric was treated regularly for allergies.
Yes.
And in fact, he had an allergy doctor. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, usually people have those if they have an EpiPen, you fucking genius.
And he had an EpiPen device in the master bathroom that was recovered during the first search.
Probably. I know that there were some located in the refrigerator on one of the searches. EpiPens, that is.
Did you ever investigate whether Eric discussed this allergic reaction with his doctor, his allergy doctor?
I believe one of our investigators contacted the allergy doctor and conducted an interview. I don't remember what the results or content of that interview was.
Did you determine what Eric was allergic to? Was he allergic to avocados or wheat or peanut oil? Do you know?
From what I remember being told by the investigator that had that conversation, it was like seasonal allergies, trees, grasses, dander, things like that.
Okay. Were you ever able to confirm that Eric ever sought any medical treatment for what allegedly happened to him on February 14th?
Just that in his text message, he mentioned that he might go to the hospital. So I don't know for sure if he did, but he was feeling bad enough that he thought he might need to.
Were you ever able to confirm that he did?
No.
Okay. All right, I want to also talk to you about Miss Susan Kohler. Do you know who Susan Kohler is?
Yes.
Who is Susan Kohler?
She's an associate of Carmen Lauber's. She worked for Doreen Kouri cleaning houses with Carmen Lauber.
Okay. And in the course of your investigation, what did you determine, if anything, was the role that Susan Kohler played with respect to this case?
We determined that she sold, I think the number was 15 to 20 Roxy's or prescription narcotic pain pills to Carmen at the request of Miss Richins.
Okay.
Susan had the
And
good
was
shit
Miss Susan
that doesn't kill
Kohler
people.
offered immunity like Crozier and Carmen Lauber were?
Objection, Your Honor.
Do you know?
Also, what happened to the rest of the
The
Roxys?
objection, Mr. Bloodworth.
You can't
Or
put
do you need
15
to approach?
Roxys in a sandwich.
Relevancy.
Corey was obviously doing them. We need to drug test Corey.
Approach for 1 second.
She must have been drug tested, right? She had opiates in her system, yeah? She must have. Or else was she like dealing the rest on the side? Like, there's no way you could eat a sandwich and not notice 15 fucking pills in it. Like, no way in hell, man. Even if they were ground up, like you would definitely be like, there's something weird about this sandwich. So I assume she just put like a couple in there, and where'd the rest of them go? What happened with them? Yeah, apparently I looked them up yesterday because I'm not familiar with Roxy's. They're like, it's oxycodone, but like rapid release, and that's why it's called. Right here, let's just look them up again. Roxy's drug. Roxy's, or Roxy, is a common slang term for roxycodone, a brand name
Irrelevant
immediate release
objection is
formulation of
sustained. Ms. Nestor,
oxycodone.
please proceed.
Did you ever find any evidence or suggestion that anything Susan Kohler sold to Carmen Lauber contained fentanyl?
We found a bag of loose, I believe they were hydrocodone pills, in the mudroom walkway cabinet in the house. They were tested. They did not contain fentanyl.
Thank you.
Roxy's are all fentanyl nowadays. Ay.
You also testified, I think, yesterday that shortly before Eric passed away, he went on a hunting trip to Mexico. We talked about that a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Thank you. Was there any effort made to try to track Eric Richins' phone movements while he was in Mexico during that time period?
I don't believe we were able to get any kind of GPS location data from Eric's phone. I think the location data came from call detail records, as was demonstrated by Mr. Kotradimos.
Okay. And you also reviewed the phone calls. Well, strike that. I'll strike that, Your Honor. Okay, I think I'm almost done. If I can just confer with counsel, I'm going to wrap it up. Anything else? All right, we're almost done. So just to recap a couple of days of testimony that got interrupted a lot. This investigation has now extended for a period of over 4 years, right?
Correct.
Okay. And during that
It's just like, fuck it. I don't even care at this point. Just let her cook. She's not going to have a point anyways.
4 years period of time, as recently as less than a month ago, you were still issuing search warrants. Is that right?
Yes.
And there were a total of at least 10 searches by law enforcement of Ms. Richins' home. Is that right?
There were 10 search warrants issued, yeah.
And
Or around 10.
you heard that there's also at least 5 multi-day searches by a private investigator. Is that right?
I don't remember if it was 5 days. He said a couple days.
And the agencies that were involved in
I mean, a smart person would start adding poppy seeds to every food that you were making this guy. To like, at least if you were doing false positives for opiates, like if there's a bunch of opiates in his system, but they're just poppy seeds, at least you can make the case that this guy's a fucking pillhead. So then when he overdoses, he could be like, yeah, I mean, like, he fucking did them all the time. I don't know. I wouldn't murder anybody, but if I was planning to with opiates, I'd probably think of something smarter like that.
this case were the Summit County Sheriff, right?
Correct.
The medical examiner's office.
They're not a law enforcement agency.
Well, they have investigator, right? She testified here.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're a civilian investigator.
Fair. Also, there was a
Or like something your body naturally makes, like insulin. You just be like, oh, I didn't even know he had diabetes. You just like start spiking him with insulin. Like, I don't know, man. Kouri Richins, I'm glad she's an idiot because murderers should get caught. Murderers are evil people.
private investigator that was involved in this case and communicated with you and provided information.
No, he was involved in the civil case.
Did he provide you information?
He provided our office information. I never talked to him personally.
All right. The DEA was involved in this case, at least briefly.
They never took any official action. Well, I should restate that. They assisted us with forensic tools,
Okay.
like call detail records and things like that.
Homeland Security agent, or I'm sorry, U.S. Postal Service agent was at one of the searches, right?
Yeah, I was aware of that.
We've heard, I believe that we're over 45 witnesses now in this trial. Is that right?
I haven't been counting.
And in all of that, we have no murder weapon. Like, you haven't found anything that was connected to Eric's death. No fentanyl in the house, correct?
There was a boatload of fentanyl in his stomach that came out of the house with him.
Other than this, what's in his stomach? Did you find anything else that had fentanyl in it?
No,
Okay. You can't say how the fentanyl was administered, right?
orally.
Besides orally.
That's all I know is that he took it orally.
We don't know exactly when it happened
Which is a weird way to
What time
take
of night?
fentanyl.
or morning.
No, a time range.
Okay. You can't say the dosage that was ingested, right? 1 pill, 2 pill, 20 pills.
Illicit fentanyl does not come in dosages.
Okay. You can't say what was ingested on Valentine's Day at all, correct?
Fentanyl is definitely ingested. Oh, I'm sorry, on Valentine's Day.
Yes, on Valentine's Day.
No, we don't have any kind of medical examiner's report of his stomach contents from that day.
And on insurance fraud, we have not heard
One
any
fentanyl,
testimony
please.
about any representations that Kouri Richins made to her insurance company, have we?
Objection, Your Honor.
If you put a word to it. Foundation.
Well, foundation also probably then hearsay.
Would you approach for 1 second?
Hold on. Okay, look. So you wouldn't take fentanyl or orally. It's not well absorbed by swallowing. When taken orally, it undergoes significant first pass metabolism in the liver. So basically, you're just like increasing your chances of overdosing and not getting high. Like, if you were addicted to fentanyl, you'd be like smoking it or mixing it with something else, because it's like it's a topper. It's not a standalone drug, if that makes sense. I've never done fentanyl, but it sounds like the doses are too lethal at small doses to be used as just a straight drug. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't. Why would he just ingest 4 times the lethal amount? Like, it doesn't make fucking sense, bro. And then they're like, oh, but it was the weed gummies.
State
Yeah?
objections are overruled. If you would restate that question, if you can, exactly.
They wouldn't let Woody testify. They wouldn't find any fentanyl in the fucking weed gummies.
I will. And we've not heard any testimony in this case about statements or representations Kouri made to her insurance company, correct?
I mean, you could do it alone, but most of the time it's like a patch or something that's time released, or someone was saying the other day a lollipop, so like you don't OD. Like, that's like an oral way of administering. You don't just put a bunch of fentanyl in your drink and be like, well, let's see what happens here.
Not statements. We've heard evidence about it.
Okay. And with respect to the forgery count, we've not heard any testimony one way or the other whether Eric gave Kouri permission to sign his name on documents, have we?
I don't think that's required to meet the forgery statute.
Have we heard anything about that? Do you know one way or the other whether Eric allowed Kouri to sign his name on documents as a married couple?
No, but that's still signing someone else's name, even if they give you permission, purporting it to be somebody else's signature.
Okay, well, the judge is going to instruct the jury on what the law is about that. But what I'm asking you is, as the investigator, do you have any knowledge one way or the other if Eric ever said to her, hey, it's okay with me, sign my name, I don't have time to deal with it?
I don't know.
Well, then why was he surprised when he found out that the house was remortgaged or whatever the fuck it was, and when he found out that she had power of attorney over him, that he signed it over to his sister instead? Like, I imagine if he was cool with her signing his name to things, that this wouldn't have been an issue, right?
And in fact, what we have heard is that he did give her at least one power of attorney at some point years ago, right?
No,
Objection. Yeah, well, not objection. Maybe approach.
Sure.
Thank you.
because he didn't. He didn't. She forged it. Man, I hope if I die, this state does a good job. Oh, mamma mia. Since you're a good little angel, my boss switched my day off to today. Oh, nice. I can't forget what I forget
Okay, I'll
what they
withdraw
just
that
lied
question, Your
about.
Honor. And you were here when Mr. Throckmorton, the handwriting expert, testified, and you heard him say that he could not say that Kouri Richins was who signed that document. Did you
He could say for sure that Eric didn't sign it.
hear him say that?
I heard him say that it was probably
Not Eric.
not Eric.
But he could not say that it was signed by Kouri, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
He didn't have a reference to Corey's signatures. Playing Jimmy Soroka.
I think that's it. I appreciate your patience. Thank you, Detective. Thank you, Your Honor. We tender the witness.
Mr. Bloodworth, within the scope of cross, please.
All right, Brad. I gotta pee. I'll be right back.
Detective O'Driscoll, in this case, are you the lead investigator among many investigators?
Yeah, it's a large team. I've had a lot of help.
Does your job in part involve coordinating the activities of all the other sheriff's office investigators?
Yes.
And are you the lead investigator for the sheriff's office as opposed to the county attorney's office?
Correct. I have no authority over what the prosecutor's investigator does.
And does the county's, well, you may have just answered this, but does the county attorney's office have its own investigation capability and authority?
Yes.
Is it your job as lead investigator to be omniscient regarding every investigative detail in this case, to include details of the county attorney's investigation?
No, I can't know every single detail. It's, as defense knows, terabytes of information.
And in early 2023, was your personal investigative focus on determining the source of the fentanyl that caused Eric Richins' death?
Yes, because like I said at the beginning, I came into the investigations division as a narcotics officer. Before I became the lead investigator on this case, that was our focus, is investigating drug-related crimes.
In early 2023, did the sheriff's office have a digital forensics capability even remotely close to the capabilities of Mr. Kochodimos?
No, that's why we hired him.
And in early 2023, did the sheriff's office have any forensic accounting capability whatsoever?
In which year? Which date did you say?
Early 2023.
They had a little. I mean, how early? Not until March and April.
Well, let me ask you
January, zero.
And any forensics accounting capability close to that of Brooke Carrington?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say forensic accounting?
Forensic accounting.
I'm sorry. I misheard. I thought you said digital forensics. No, the sheriff's office has no experts in forensic accounting.
And is part of the reason that they have no forensics accounting experts and minimal digital forensics experts because you have a small office, right?
Yeah, it's relatively small.
Did the county attorney's office
Yeah,
become
mismatch.
involved in this case in early May of 2023 when it charged Kouri Richins?
Yes, we only met with the prosecutors about a week before to give them our probable cause information.
Subsequent to charging Ms. Richins, did the county attorney's office engage Mr. Kochodimos and Ms. Carrington?
Yes.
And is Mr. Kochodimos the investigator who analyzed the digital forensics, including cell tower mapping and cell phone data?
Yes.
And was it Ms. Carrington that investigated and analyzed the forensic accounting, including the closing on the Midway Mansion?
Yes.
And does the state provide the material from each of their investigations to the defense in discovery?
As far as I know, yes.
Do you recall in cross-examination when defense counsel picked a sentence from a May 2023 interview of Carmen Lauber, where it was either you or Detective Maynard told Carmen Lauber that she was something like the biggest piece of the puzzle?
Yes, I remember that.
What was the context of that comment?
That she was?
She said something about, can we just lay out all the information, all of the pieces in front of us? Because we were trying to establish a timeline. And we told her, you're the biggest piece. You're the biggest part of the information that we don't know.
And
She
did-
had the information.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. And did that context involve a piece of the drug purchase timeline rather than a piece of this whole giant case?
Correct. The timeline of her involvement, not necessarily the entire case.
And did that interview predate any information on the forensic accounting?
Yes.
And did
We
it-
didn't even get into that until well after.
And did it predate any of Mr. Kochodimos' investigation?
Yes.
And did it predate your understanding of Kouri Richins' relationship with Josh Grossman?
Yes.
Wow.
Do you recall whether that empty 2016 hydrocodone bottle that went with Eric Richins' body to the medical examiner's office, was discarded by the medical examiner's office in August of 2022?
Back to hearsay.
Please
For
lay
real,
some
Rob,
foundation
yeah.
sustained.
Do you recall what happened with the empty 2016 hydrocodone bottle?
Made my objection.
Detective, it's a yes or no. Start there.
Yes.
How do you know what happened with the 2016 empty hydrocodone bottle?
I was told by other investigators that they're
Objection.
Sustained on hearsay.
We just
Did
stop
you
talking.
or Detective Maynard give Carmen Lauber a ride to anywhere other than Wasatch County Drug Court or her attorney's office?
Just here to this building
To this building?
to
or
meet
this
with
building?
prosecutors or talk with her attorney. They're here.
Can investigators force someone anyone to speak with them if that person does not want to speak with them?
No.
Can investigators seize someone's cell phone without a warrant based upon probable cause?
No. It has to be
Yeah,
consent
Casey
or
Anthony.
a warrant.
I
At
think with
any
Casey
time,
Anthony,
have you
though,
believed
they were trying to get the death sentence on Casey Anthony, so I think a lot of people, they would have had that on their conscience, like, oh, what if she was actually innocent and we, I don't know, take the life of some innocent fucking lady. I don't think they're trying to get the death sentence with Kouri, so hopefully people aren't pussies and they just fucking sentence her.
that the walk the dog letter gave you probable cause to seek a warrant to seize Ronald Darden's cell phone?
No, it didn't contain enough information for me to have gotten a warrant.
I think Carmen got questioned 2 days in a row and then got called back. It might have been questioned 2 days in a row after that, too. Carmen's been questioned a bunch.
Did your investigation determine that the EpiPens recovered from the Richins home were for one of the Richins children?
Yes.
The GIF image, the one with Kevin Spacey that says, idiots, idiots everywhere. Is that from the TV show House of Cards?
From my understanding, yes.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, is he finished? We have no further questions, thank you.
May we release this witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Bloodworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
Detective O'Driscoll, you are free to go. You are released from any subpoena.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
That's it, State. That's all you
Bloodworth.
got.
Your Honor, the state has a stipulation to admit. I don't even think we have to publish it. It's up to state that I think we marked it as 865. We'll admit that
objection.
now.
Okay. Can I see it for a moment?
Your Honor, ma'am.
Please. Do you want me to give the Mujisek stipulation of fact preamble and read this to the jury? Or do you want to just admit it?
Your Honor, I think if we can just admit it now, during jury instructions, when the court would instruct on that, we can read this.
All right, we'll have a discussion about whether to convert this into a stipulation of fact instruction when the time comes.
Right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. States Exhibit 8-65, titled Stipulation of Fact, is admitted by stipulation between the parties. Mr. Bloodworth,
Your Honor, state's in an interesting posture.
do you need a moment on the record outside the presence of the jury?
We do.
Okay. I think this would be an appropriate time to just set a schedule for the rest of the day. Are we
Sure.
going to be able to? It seems likely to me, you tell me, that we'll be taking a recess now, but not coming back for about
I know,
90
right, TD?
minutes. Does that sound about right?
Your Honor, that's my sense of it. I'm waiting on a defense decision.
Okay. Well, in either way, I'll bet you a steak dinner it's going to be about 90 minutes, but we're going to rise for the jury, and I'll send out word through the bail.
Get the jury out of here. I want to see what he's got to say.
All rise for the jury. It's a lot of steaks.
You have lunch coming today, right? Okay, very good.
Don't kill your husband, guys. You don't want to end up here.
I just think they appreciate Nellie.
Yeah.
Have a seat, folks. Thank you.
I knew you were on it.
All right, Mr. Bloodworth, we're on the record. The jury is not present. Tell me what's up.
What's
Your Honor,
up?
the state's waiting on the defense's decision regarding the Norris matter. Because if they want to proceed in one fashion, the state will call some additional witnesses in its case in chief. If they want to proceed in another fashion, then the state will rest.
This is what I was trying to tease out, and I apologize for not being more specific. Given that they did not open the door to this issue through any of the state's witnesses in the state's case of chief so far, I understand the possible order of events from this point forward to be they'll make a decision about whether in the defense case to open the door to it. If they do, the state would be able to respond by, among other things, publishing evidence of Mr. Jeff's statements and, forgive me, the other gentleman,
Bond Savage.
Mr. Bondsavage's statements as part of the state's response to or rebuttal of the defense's theory of a failure or to investigate or incomplete investigation. But they haven't opened the door yet, so I don't think there's any need or ability for the state.
I mean,
to
it would
get
make
into
them
it in
like
its case in
that.
chief.
Okay, Your Honor, then the state rests.
Okay. With the state having rested, Ms. Nestor, does the defense have a motion?
We do, Your Honor. Mr. Ramos is going to take care of that.
Sam Pepper.
Your Honor, under both Rule 17-0 as well as 77-17-13, discharge for insufficient evidence, the defense presents the following and moves for a directed verdict. At the conclusion, this is just for the record, Judge, as Your Honor knows, at the conclusion of the evidence by the prosecution, which has just been done, the court may issue an order dismissing any information or indictment or any count thereof upon the ground that the evidence is not legally sufficient to establish the offense or offenses charged therein or any lesser included offense. Judge, based on the evidence that has been presented over the past 10 days or so, including all inferences, of course, that can be reasonably drawn from the evidence, it is the position of the defense that some evidence exists from which a reasonable jury could find that some, however, not all of the elements of the crimes that have been proven beyond a reasonable doubt. In terms of the sufficiency of the evidence, Judge, I'll start backwards, starting with count 5.
The mustache guy?
With regards to the forgery,
I like the mustache guy.
even looking at
Scat.
all the inferences in favor of the state, we do not believe that the state has proven a specific intent to defraud as it relates to the forgery. There's no proof that the signature was done without Eric's authority. And even assuming that the
Eric could have signed it himself,
defendant,
then.
Ms. Richins, signed on behalf of Eric with or without permission, that itself does not conclusively presume that because she signed the name of Eric, that a forgery has occurred. The act, in other words, of signing another's
literally the
name without
definition of
permission
forgery.
doesn't constitute forgery, again, unless it was done with the intent to defraud, which we don't believe it has been met here.
Okay.
In terms
I'm
of
just going to
count
start
4,
signing different names to shit and be like, I didn't
forgive me,
intend to
Judge,
defraud
the
anyone, okay?
way I'm approaching this is based primarily on the information, the criminal information, as the facts were laid out there.
I identify
It was a bit
as Bill
difficult to follow
Gates.
through the testimony.
There's no
as
crime.
to exactly what the state's position is. According to the criminal information, the basis for the true stage count 4 insurance fraud is that Ms. Richins, or rather, True Stage left a voicemail with Ms. Richins requesting a copy of the prescription, any prescription Mr. Richins had for fentanyl. Then later that same day, Ms. Richins informed True Stage that fentanyl was not prescribed and that she had no idea how Eric obtained the fentanyl.
I think it's that last clause of that sentence that this is the state's prima facie showing. Do you see it differently?
And taking that as their basis, what the evidence has shown thus far has been that Ms. Richins sought and procured oxy from Ms. Lauber, that while Ms. Lauber indicated that it was fentanyl, her source, Mr. Crozier, provided fentanyl. That Mr. Crozier did not provide fentanyl. Rather, he provided prescription-grade oxys.
He's a street
From
dealer.
That
He doesn't know what the fuck
moment,
he's
from
doing.
the supplier, Mr. Crozier, to Ms. Lauber, the evidence is that what was provided was oxy.
May I ask you a direct question about that?
Sure.
Why couldn't a jury, properly instructed on the law and consistent with the court's duty when considering a motion for directed verdict, drawing all inferences in the state's favor, view the evidence as showing that Robert Crozier sold to Carmen Lauber 15 to 30 bluish pills marked M30. Carmen Lauber provided them to Kouri Richins, and then, based upon the testimony of Eric Haskell, that during that time frame,
Eric
bluish
died.
pills marked M30 likely contained fentanyl.
Two responses. One, the testimony from Mr. Crozier as to the quantity and the amount per pill does not jive at all with the Haskell testimony as to how much fentanyl grade, or I guess street level, non-prescription pills were going for. What was indicated in the evidence was the amount that was paid was consistent with prescription grade oxys. So that's how I
Because the dealer has never ripped anyone off before.
would answer your Honor's question.
Okay.
Count three.
See, the defense is trying to paint Eric as this pillhead, like he was just popping pills all the time. He hid it from Kouri, even though Kouri was the one who obtained the pills. Apparently, Kouri claims that they were in his truck in his allergy medication bottle. But there was no drugs found in his system other than the fentanyl that he OD'd on, not even THC. Nothing, no other opioid or opiate. Like, so I find a hard time believing that. Also, everyone in Eric's life except Kouri is said he's not a drug addict.
As I understand it, is that
Yeah, the jive thing.
Ms. Richins, again, according to the criminal information, had indicated a
It couldn't have been fentanyl. The prices don't match up.
phone number with an incorrect digit. The signature on the application that purported to be Mr. Richins is a forgery. We talked about count 5. And then in the context, and I think it was also the P.O. box. I imagine they were trying to establish that Mr. Richins didn't have access to that
Yeah, it's another one. If you're doing them all the time, he probably wouldn't have overdosed.
or something to that effect. I don't believe any evidence has been presented to that degree, or that
P.O. box or substantial evidence that Eric didn't know about it.
not necessarily.
If I view the inferences in the light most favorable to the state.
And even with that, Judge, I mean, there was no evidence presented at all that from the Postal Service or anybody saying that Mr. Richins had no idea that that P.O. box existed. There was a statement and a question made by, I believe, the state, but no evidence was presented to show that that was actually the case. That's how I would answer your Honor's question. Also, an interesting point. Term life insurance. At the moment that she allegedly signed on behalf of Eric and was submitted and was paid from her
Interesting.
account, I am not certain that Your Honor could find that that term life insurance actually had value. What I mean by that is that there is case law, of course, in the civil process or context, that in the context of term life insurance, Utah courts have specifically addressed whether such policies have value as property. And the Court of Appeals in Beckham v. Beckham, I didn't write down the citation, I'll provide that, Your Honor, held that term life insurance policies generally have no cash value and therefore no property value. This is, of course, in the context of marital assets.
Dude, that private investigator was dope. They get with the neck brace. He wouldn't take shit from no one.
So I bring that up. I think that's an interesting point. Obviously, it was marked for $100,000, but the actual value of that, I don't know, it raises an interesting issue.
Doesn't the statute talking about the elements of that particular crime for count 3 talk about property, money, or things obtained or sought to be obtained?
Correct. And that was going to be my last point, is at that moment, what the state needed to provide or prove, put forth evidence, is that at the moment that Ms. Richins allegedly signed on behalf of Mr. Richins for $100,000 term life insurance, that at that moment she knew that she was going to attempt to take her husband's life. And I don't believe they've met that, Judge. That's how I would answer that.
Okay.
With regards to count 2 and 1, most of these arguments overlap, but I will attempt to keep them separate, Judge. As I understand it, in order for them to have met the elements, in order for Ms. Richins to be found guilty of an attempt,
PI license isn't even that hard to get, apparently. So I was going to be, at one point in time in my life, a security guard, and the security guard license, at least in Ontario, is basically the PI license. They're like, for an extra $100, like, you could just take a couple more courses and get your private investigator license on top of your security guard license. So if you wanted to do some private investigator stuff on the side, you could. And then I just never finished the course. My life took a different direction. But yeah, 100,000, and this guy's just like, he's just basically snooping around, like what I do online anyways. I think I'm in the long run line of work, you guys.
she must engage in conduct constituting a substantial step towards the commission of the offense. Here, evidence has been presented that she did seek to obtain oxy. We've had that discussion. Obtaining that oxy, just obtaining the oxy itself, is mere preparation. There is case law, as I'm sure Your Honor is aware, in State v. Johnson, 821 P2D 1150, that indicates that that is not enough. Coupled with the information that we just discussed as to whether it was oxy, whether it was fentanyl, I believe that even Ms. Richins' case currently is even in a better posture than Ms. Johnson. So with that, if we look at it in the context of the Valentine's Day, there is no evidence at this point that what was obtained was fentanyl, one. Even if it was oxy and she sought to obtain that, beyond that, there's nothing else, no other evidence that indicates that Ms. Richins took those pills, the greenish blue ones, I think at that time 15 milligrams is what Mr. Crozier said, and
like, the reason why, I don't know, I've never really pursued it, is I do not like law enforcement, and I don't like fucking, this court, just watching this court case has bothered me a lot. I don't know if I'd be able to put up with people's bullshit, right? And the very few times that I have tried to work with, like, a court or law enforcement, they're fucking incompetent. They don't know what the Wayback Machine is. They don't know anything. They don't know fucking shit. I find scam jobs where elderly people are going to fall victim to, like, Bitcoin scams and shit. I give them, like, the accounts, and they're like, I don't know. There's nothing we could do. If you do this, then you're part of the scam too. You're guilty. I'm like, I'm not me, you idiot. Like, a fucking old person who's going to come across this and get scammed. Like, you guys can't do anything. Nope. I asked, useless. So that's why.
did anything else with it. I think the evidence as to Mr. Richins ingesting a sandwich is clear. In terms of Ms. Richins picking it up, absolutely. That his reaction was a result of that and not anything else, I believe that the evidence is scant. Your Honor has a question.
No, I'm following.
I will say that even in the Johnson case, the evidence was clear that the defendant in that case had actually obtained a specific type of drug, methamphetamine. So even in that case, they knew exactly what was obtained. Here, it's unclear what was obtained.
You know what would make it all worth it, though? Is once everything is said and done, and if things go wrong, at least then I could say, hey, I actually know what the fuck happened here. Here's all the evidence. The justice system is just flawed to shit. So in case you guys are interested in what actually happened here, That would be the only silver line, and the money, obviously, like getting paid, and then actually knowing what happens is probably what motivates me to look for information in the first place. I hate being duped. Like, I hate fucking being lied to and shit. I want to know. I want to know what actually happened. So that would probably be my only incentive if I were to do that.
I will add this before I forget. It relates to all of this in your prior question. In terms of the pills, Ms. Lauber testified the amount of pills that was significantly different from what Mr. Crozier had indicated, as well as the packaging. I believe that's important in the court's consideration in terms of what type of pills ultimately were given from Mr. Crozier to Ms. Lauber. This same argument, not to rehash it, applies to count 1. And
Exactly. Yeah.
it leaves us with the administering of the drug. Zero evidence has been presented besides that fentanyl was in his system, in his gastric, and it was possibly orally ingested. There has been no evidence in terms of the administering of whatever it was at all. Judge, for those reasons, the defense requests that Your Honor exercise your duty under both the Rule 17 as well as the code, and we move for directed verdict on those counts, Judge, for those reasons, unless Your Honor has any questions.
I do not. You'll get the last word.
Thank you.
Your Honor, can I perhaps begin by asking the court if the court has any particular element that they would like the state to speak on?
Oh, I understand the standard. I believe I understand the state's theory on each of the counts, especially 1, 2, 3, and 4. Speak to count 5 if you want to.
Like, if you were a PI, you wouldn't have the heart to turn most in. That's the thing with the PI thing, too, is I don't think a lot of people who get hired as PIs necessarily, the people that they're investigating necessarily see justice at all. It's mostly you get hired by family members because law enforcement doesn't know how to do their fucking job and they want to know what actually happened. Then you look into stuff and you pass it on to the family, and the family passes it on to like the prosecutor or defense, depending on the situation. And then they might call you in to testify to court, like guy with the neck brace did. But I'd say most of the time you're probably just snooping around, giving information to the person who hired you, and that might be another thing too. Breaking news to people that might not want to hear it. Like, let's say guy's suspecting his wife's cheating on him, so you go and you find out all the details and you give it to him, and he doesn't take it very well. I just don't want to be put in awkward positions like that either. And then maybe he turns on you and he's like, oh, fuck you, you're lying, or I paid you too much money, I'm going to kill you now. Oh, no. So there's a lot of things I guess you'd have to consider before jumping into that.
Specifically, Mr. Ramos's argument regarding lack of believable evidence regarding intent to defraud.
Oh, yeah, no. I get what you're saying, yeah.
Your Honor, it ties into count 3, right? It's the same insurance. This is the $100,000 true stage policy. And the scheme charge, the scheme fraud,
that's where you come
count 3 is that Kouri Richins, at the time she took out that $100,000. Well, this is interesting. The timing doesn't matter for count 3, but the timing does matter for count 5. That as it relates to count 5, at the time she forged Eric Richins' signature, she intended to defraud. I think the evidence that supports her intent is the fact that nothing on the face of the application indicates that Eric would know of this application, right? The mailing address, the email address, the phone number, everything, the payment, everything comes back to Kouri Richins. And she signed this, I think it was late January 2023, at a time when she had...
January 29, 2022, correct?
I'm sorry, 2022. It was the end of January 2022, at a time when she had already begun asking Hayden Jeffs and Carmen Lawler for drugs of some sort at a time when she had already expressed her interest in starting a fresh life with Josh Grossman, and at a time when, she had told Becky Lloyd that she would be better off if Eric was dead, and at a time when she had told Josh Grossman if he would just go away. So there is sufficient evidence, in the light most favorable to the state, that a reasonable jury could find that on January the 29th, when she forged Eric Richins' name, she had intended the entire fraud scheme that's charged in count 3.
Understood. Anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mr. Ramos, anything further, sir?
Just briefly, and this is, of course, if Mr. Bloodworth wants to respond to this. I did neglect in my argument initially as to count 2 the testimony regarding the joking nature conversation that Ms. Stakings had that she testified to with both Ms. Richins and Mr. Eric Richins. Of course, Your Honor heard that, so I would just add that.
I've never joked about killing my spouse. Even the worst ones, man. Never, ever. Have I ever said to any of my friends, man, if only I could fucking poison this bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're even joking about that stuff, you're sus. Like, that's what was Courtney Love's out. Oh, it's just a joke. You know?
For the record.
Understood. Thank you. Mr. Bloodworth, anything further?
No, Your Honor.
All right, folks. Appreciate the argument. This is an important motion. Let me just take 5 minutes to collect my thoughts, and I'll give you a ruling. We'll be in recess until 5 of noon. Thank you.
All right.
What did he say? Will it put up on screen 5 to noon? I don't know what time that is. On our time. I think we're 3 hours ahead. I could be wrong. I always get confused with fucking that mountain time shit. All right, well, let's go to we were watching Robbie's testimony yesterday. Where is my playlist? I think it was this one. So this is the drug dealer. This is the dealer who apparently, when he testified to the prices he paid for the drugs or whatever, it couldn't have been whatchamacallit. Why is my thing not popping how it should? It bothers me. Hold on. Why is my Tamper Monkey script being mischievous? It's on. One more time. If not, then I'll just fuck it. It's fine, but it's really not fine.
Yeah, I believe it was raining that day, and she was coming from quite a distance, so we met in Draper to make it easier.
Once you met at the map,
Well, hold up.
did you meet up with her personally?
She was in a car.
Okay.
I went up to the car. She handed me the money. I gave her the pills, and then went our separate ways.
Did you have the pills with you, or did you have to go get them from somebody?
I don't remember.
Do you remember what she looked like?
I really don't. I think she was Mexican, kind of short, but I don't know if she was in a car the whole time. Like, I don't even think she got out because I remember it was raining.
Have you come to learn that her name is Carmen Lauber?
I have heard that, yeah.
Yeah, Josh did testify. Maybe we'll let me find his.
You said she handed you the money. Do you remember about how much money?
I don't remember.
You said you handed her pills. What do you remember, if anything, about the pills?
It was like 30 or 40 of them.
Day 8.
Do you
Okay.
remember anything else about that first buy with this lady?
Okay, it's supposedly this one. Why is my transcript filter broken? Here, hold on. We're just gonna close everything. Pop it back open here. Is it just the web browser? Like, why is it doing that? Okay, that's fine. No, it's broken. I'm gonna have to fucking fix it. Jesus Christ. Oh well. Oh, that's not Josh. That's not Josh. Alright, it lied to me. Oh, this is... Yeah, it fucking lied to me. What the fuck? I can't see any fucking thing in this now. Why? Ah! 0? It's because we're at 0 kilobytes. Why is my internet fucking up now? Hello? 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 Oh my god.
Okay. We're back on the record in case 231-500-139.
Yes, he's.
Counsel for the state are present. Counsel for defendant and the defendant are present. The issue before the court is defendant's motion for a directed verdict, seeking dismissal of counts 1 through 5 in the operative information.
Okay, well, this is live again. What the fuck is happening?
It has long been established that the elements needed to make out a cause of action may be proven by direct and by circumstantial evidence. And if there is any evidence, however slight or circumstantial, which tends to show guilt of the crime charged or any of its degrees, it is the trial court's duty to submit the case to the jury. When evaluating a motion for directed verdict, the court is not free to weigh the evidence and thus invade the province of the jury, whose prerogative it is to judge the facts. Rather, the court's role is to determine whether the state has produced believable evidence on each element of the crimes from which a jury, acting reasonably, could convict the defendant. Not will, not would, but could. Moreover, the evidence must be viewed in the light most favorable to the state. Applying these legal principles as announced by the Utah Supreme Court in State versus Montoya, 2004 UT 5. The court finds that the state has established a prima facie case against defendant Kouri Richins by producing believable evidence of each element of each crime charged in the operative information. Defendant's motion for directed verdict is respectfully denied. Ms. Nestor, you asked for time to speak with your client to make some strategic decisions. Is between now and 1 p.m. sufficient time?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Bloodworth, anything further before we recess until 1 o'clock?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Ms. Nestor?
No, sir.
All right. We'll be in recess until 1 p.m., just confirming that to the extent The defendant will be putting on evidence or calling witnesses. You have a couple in the
Found him.
wings. Is
Found
that
Josh.
correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 1 p.m. Thank you for your time. Court's in recess.
1 p.m. I think they're 2 hours ahead, even though in my mind it should be 3 hours ahead. Is Mountain Time not Pacific Time when daylight savings is off? Like when we jump an hour ahead, are they not in Pacific Time? Am I crazy? Who knows? I mean, we'll hear him. We'll hear him when they come back. This is Josh. This is the man that she was risking it all for. I have this tab muted. So you guys weren't confused. Is Kouri worse than Brooke?
Mr. Grossman, do you understand the difference between...
I don't know. I mean, Brooke has tried to kill people. She just hasn't got away with it. So... I don't know.
what's true and what's not true?
I do.
Do you promise, under the pains and penalties of perjury, to tell the truth when you're asked questions?
Absolutely.
Anything further, Mr. Bloodworth?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Lewis?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
More entertaining.
Bring the jury back in.
I guess I'll say Kouri, because Kouri's actually more deadly. Like, Kouri has killed someone, allegedly, and she's not entertaining, and everyone hates her. But at least Brooke, like, everyone hates her, but you can laugh at her. I can't really laugh at Kouri. So, that's my answer.
Your Honor, an instruction that he's taken an oath.
I'll make it clear. So that you're not surprised, I'll just ask you to confirm that you've sworn to tell the truth.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's like a dirty blonde. Could just be going gray. Josh is the dude she was having the affair with. When she was like, "Oh, I love you so much,
Look, please
Eric.
have a seat as you come in.
I'm just gonna take all your money and kill you." Or let's just let's give Kouri the benefit of the doubt and say maybe he did it himself. She was so unbearable to fucking live with, he offed himself because he was in so much financial debt and being cheated on. And you know what I mean? Like, she was obviously a fucking contributing factor. I think she killed him, though.
Please have a seat. Mr. Grossman, just to confirm, you have sworn an oath to tell the truth, correct?
Yes, sir.
Very good, sir. Mr. Bloodworth, please proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. What, sir, is your name?
Robert Joshua Grossman.
Sir, do you know Kouri Richins?
I do.
How do you know her?
I've known her for, I don't know, a decade probably at this point.
A decade? Are they like high school friends or something? He's the most average looking guy ever. Like, I don't get what's special about him.
We met in South Carolina. She was flipping a house, and I answered, and a help wanted ad.
Then did you come to know her in South Carolina through helping her flip homes?
I did.
Did there come a time you moved to Utah?
Yes.
When, sir, was that?
It was just as COVID was kicking off. So 2020, I believe, or early in the year.
And why did you move to Utah?
To work with her, help her flip houses.
And when you moved to Utah, where did you stay?
Initially, I stayed at a flip that she had acquired in Heber. I had my dog with me. We'd do live-in flips.
me and the dog. Yeah.
For a sec, why is my internet being bad? Internet, get your fucking shit together. It's important. I just pictured him and the dog doing backflips inside the house, like just having the time of their lives. But not so like, yeah, she would pay for places that he was living in, the places that they were flipping. So basically, he's like, I don't know, you know, in porn when you go to see a house and then the real estate agent fucks you. So basically, that's what happened here. Except he's helping flip the houses and he just lives in them. He's homeless fucking bum.
Other than accommodations, did she pay you for your service?
I mean, we didn't have any contractual agreement. You know, she took care of me. You know, I lived for free. She gave me money whenever I needed it. I just, you know, I liked her, so I'd worked for free.
That's so fucking cringe. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Not that she didn't, you know, pay me. She did from time to time in lump sums. And
Did she also give you a truck?
yes, she bought me a truck. 2 of them. Bought me one, traded it in, got another one at one point. Didn't trade it in, gave it to her mother. Yeah.
Did, sir, there come a time when your relationship turned romantic?
Yes.
About when?
Same time, just before driving to Utah.
So right about
This guy obviously has no self-worth. I have no idea. This is crazy to me. What the fuck? And did he know? Yeah, he did know she was married because he was like, if only he could just go away. And then you could fucking look after me while I do backflips with my dog and flip the houses. If it was the other way around, he'd be the victim. He'd be a victim. He never paid me. He just wanted to fuck me. I would do all of this work in these houses for free, basically. He'd just give me weed. Like, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck is this?
the outset of COVID.
Right.
It's like women you would hire to just trim bud, you know? Just to sit around and trim bud all day.
Scott, can I get Exhibit 3-1, please?
Yeah, supposedly.
The witness has it.
Thank you, Your Honor. It's been admitted. Can we publish it?
If anyone ever tells you that, don't believe. I don't know. Just don't get with anyone who is married. That is my advice. Speaking from experience.
Scott, can you zoom in on the top portion? Thank you. Mr. Grossman, do you recognize that document before you?
I mean, I know what it's alluding to. I know of it, yes, sir.
And did you know about a trip planned to the secret St. Martin's Resort?
Yes.
So I'm going to take a look at the passenger name line. There's some initials there. RG with a birth date of 9 December 1982 and a gender of male. So are those your initials?
Yes.
Is that your birth date?
Yes.
Perhaps obviously.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you.
Yep, they cheated with you. They're going to cheat on you.
Did you and Kouri Richins at some point plan to go on this trip?
Yeah, she... I think that was a birthday present. I remember seeing a text or something. It was...
And let me tell you, there will always be some kind of excuse that may even sound half reasonable. Oh, if I could be divorced right now, I would be, but he won't sign the things, or I can't do this, or whatever. Well, then I guess we can't be together then, huh? I guess until you figure your shit out, it's just not an option. It's not in the cards, Holmes.
She sent it to me. We didn't discuss it much, but it was there.
Thank you, Scott.
Oh, what was that murder? There was a case where a woman pretended to get kidnapped, but really she just wanted to like fuck some guy that she liked better than her husband. And then she like made it look like she was found or whatever, and then blamed this guy for kidnapping her and shit. And she was telling the guy, she's like, "Oh no, my is abusing me. You have to save me." And this guy believed it. I think this guy killed the husband. It's like they'll just get you to do stuff. Get you to do bad stuff for them with and you will not know the full story. So just don't put yourself in situations like that.
During that time that you were romantically involved,
Don't be a hero. It's such bad advice, but for real, you don't need to get involved in other people's shit. There's a reason they're seeking you out, probably.
with Miss Richins, did you
Oh, this guy's gullible. You know what I mean?
love her?
Yes.
During that time, did you feel that she loved you?
Her husband still believes me. That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
And that's why they get away with shit like that.
I have a tendency of going head over heels, though, probably more than most. So, you know, I think she did.
Did you exchange text messages with Kouri Richins?
Yes.
From the time you moved to Utah, about how often?
Daily, unless she was mad at me, or vice versa.
What topics on those messages did you discuss?
Same thing you would discuss with your best friend, plus house flipping stuff.
With my best friend, I really don't think that we're having the same kind of conversations that I would have with my best friend that you were having with Kouri guy.
Life.
Do you discuss her children?
Yes.
Sir, I'm going to show you now some text messages between you and Ms. Richins.
Okay.
They're the same ones I believe we've looked at before. I'm going to ask you if you've recognized them. If you can recognize them right away, that's fine. If you would like me to scroll down through them again, I'm happy to do that, okay?
Okay.
Scott, can I get Exhibit 2-13 Delta, please? Can you just kind of scroll through the whole string?
I haven't smoked all day today. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Just doing an experiment. I need to smoke though, so I will be right back. Hopefully I don't regret it. The little angels be listening.
Those are pretty small. If you need people to zoom
Yeah.
in, you can ask, sir.
Is that good enough for you to identify them, or do you want to zoom in and step through them?
I mean, if you could zoom in a hair, that wouldn't hurt.
Okay.
Was I supposed to be reading them at that clip?
No, I just,
right there?
what I'm going to ask
Okay.
you, the
I got
question
you.
for you, sir, is do you recognize this as a text exchange that you had with Ms. Richins?
I got you. And I do for this one.
Okay. Then the state moves to admit 2-13D.
Could you just, Scott, could you just scroll down and let me take a look at everything that's in there real quick? Keep going. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Is that it? Oh my gosh, never mind, okay.
Counsel, take the time you need.
What? Pull it up. Let me just pull it up real quick. I don't believe I have any objection to that one. I'm going to say no objection.
States 2-13D is admitted.
Your Honor,
You'll let me know when you want to publish them.
moves to publish, yeah.
Understood.
And then, Scott, if we could just walk through them with the jury, please.
What is this? Spiked. Hold on. Sorry. I want to read these messages. Oh God, there's a lot of them. Well, I don't get much from you. I just figure it's because you're doing things that I know I wouldn't like and would hurt me. It is draining to love you and pretend to be an idiot. So this is from Josh to K Babe. My princess, K Babe, like Kouri Babe. I don't want to avoid things with people I love. Thoughts or problems. I want to communicate. Well, find someone who isn't married then. Until we know each other better or solve stuff together. Together. Not by myself. For each other. Like and love you today. Lived too much through this phone though. I'm tired. So I tell you some of what is on my mind. Today, tomorrow. You want to know what I'm not telling you or quiet about? What do you want to know that I'm not telling you or quiet about? I want to know everything about you as a part of being in love. Not tonight, though. I don't want any info tonight. We're good. I'm drinking Mios. Something specific spiked this, though? Okay. I thought they were, like, talking about spiking, I thought this was talking about spiking Eric's drink. There's something you want to know that I didn't tell you. Can you tell me what it is or what it was? What do you mean? Like, if he doesn't... There's something you want to know that I didn't tell you. Can you tell me what it is? I know you're busy, tired, sore fingers, not wanting to text. No, he's a fucking idiot. My fingers are too sore to text. I've never heard that one. I'm gonna use that. My fingers are too. I've been playing too much guitar. I can't text. Not only to text me because a call would be better or in person, but I will be up all night wondering, babe, worrying, feeling horrible. I would greatly appreciate you telling me, but if not, that's okay. Not tonight. If you weren't cheating on someone, you could just like call each other. You write poetry too. Can't text it. This texting shit sucks. Several things. If you lived one day with my phone, you would get it? Not mad at you, know that. It's this phone, these cuts. Too time consuming. Hold on. Too time consuming. I have 2 hours of driving soon. I have to get off this job. It's draining to love you. That's her quotes from his other message. My heart is burning with sadness to have to read that. Like it popped out of my chest and someone is stomping on it. I'm sorry. I'm draining to love. I knew this would come one day. You think? Just was hoping it wasn't today or anytime soon because I love you. I love talking to you, being with you, laughing and joking, venting and being overly happy with news I got today. The sense of never feeling judged with you and to just so comfortable around you. I don't have that in my marriage, and I really enjoy my relationship. We've seen the text messages Eric have sent you, and they're loving. You wackadoodle. My relationship and love for you, but you're right. We both know this love triangle can't go on forever. You don't deserve it. I don't deserve you. And I can't expect you to sit around for the day the trigger gets pulled because... Day the trigger gets pulled. Because who knows when that's gonna be. I tried and I failed. I can't expect you to sit home and wonder what I'm doing or my home life when I might call you next or see you. This is so beyond selfish of me. You're right. I'm S. This is what an affair looks like, you guys. Sorry I didn't see it until then. What a damn selfish person I am. How can I think someone like you would be okay? They're not together anymore, by the way. Would be okay with this for the rest of your life. Of forever until I pull my head out of my ass. How selfish of me to not step away and to let you just live your life without the constant wonder. Your love is draining. I'm sorry, babe. You're right. It has to be exhausting. And how dare me be okay with that? My mental and physically stress on you. That mental and physical stress on you, I think is what she meant to say. I'm sorry, babe. Maybe saying goodbye earlier than later is better. I'm sorry you have to work so late. You're his employer, are you not? I shouldn't have kept you so late this morning. Again, selfish. Wow, I am just so sorry. I'm just realizing this. I feel like an idiot. Don't text back. No words are needed. Finish up work. Get some rest. We talk later. Good night. Yeah, I think we should really kill people for this relationship. Seems like a good idea. I mean, like, who wouldn't? Seems like it's going great already. Does she have implants? I have no idea. I haven't been paying attention to that area of her. Really give a fuck about that. Love triangle, what do you mean by that? I don't get it. No. No. Well, I'm married, and you/me/our relationship, I don't know what else to call it. I'm in love with the man that's not my husband. I could talk to you right now. We could be great. Not a fair shot? Instead, it's going to be misrepresented text once again. Instead, it's going to be let's end this sooner. Wild. meant to say what I said yesterday. I'll always love you, handsome. If it's okay, we can talk tomorrow. I want to go to sleep as happy as we can. When I woke up with you this morning, so they slept together this previous night. I won't misrepresent anything, or I hope I don't until I talk to you about it. I gotta read faster. Fucking hell. Until I talk about it more, I'm sorry. I don't really need to put it back for that. He says it again. It's draining to love you. You threw the last half of the sentence away? You changed the meaning of the sentence by deleting some of it and then used your own sentence as an epithet. What? And the reason to profess your love, the triangle of Eric, and end it sooner with me. That's what I gathered from that. Chopped liver over here. You did say it's draining to love you. What the fuck? Wait, what is he talking about? 514. It's draining to love you and pretend to be an idiot. It's draining to love you and pretend to be an idiot? I'm gonna tell you, Josh, I don't really understand the meaning of this fucking sentence. So apparently, he's saying that you cut off the other end of the sentence, but she keeps repeating, "It's draining to love you," because yeah, that's what I extrapolated from that as well. And pretend to be an idiot, dude. You are an idiot. But like, besides that, what do we mean? Pretend to be an idiot? Like you don't know what's going on? Like you do know what's going on. All right, we were. Must represent anything you say. Chop liver over here. I wonder too. Hopefully not. Okay, babe. Yeah. Okay, babe. And then just a male sign? You goofball. I threw the last half of the sentence out because it's almost as bad as the first. Pretend to be an idiot. I guess I need to go back as far. I took it as, are we ever going to address the elephant in the room and recognize what's really going on here? The bigger picture. Profess my love for Eric? What? That's not what I'm saying either. You took love triangle and changed it around to professing my love for Eric when that's not at all what I was doing. I'm telling you that I'm in love with a man that's not my husband. That's 3 people. Want to make a circle with 3 people? You just you want to make a fucking circle with 3 people? How does that work? You want me to teach you shapes, Josh? Shut the fuck up and flip the house. You just didn't the exact thing I did. You mean you just did the exact thing I did? Assumed and misinterpreted a text. Again, obviously we should murder our husband for this guy, right? Like for Canada qualifying for the World Cup? Oh, I don't know. In hockey? We usually win the World Cup, at least in one of the divisions. If it's not... Oops. Okay, no, we haven't moved on yet. If it's not the men's, it's usually the women's. Women's hockey team is actually usually better than the men's. Did the exact. Yeah, okay, good. She fixed her sentence. Because, I mean, that was almost a grand slam. I was surprised that Kouri made me laugh in a text message. I wasn't expecting her to do that. You want to make a circle out of 3 people? Do you? If you think you love me now, oh, God. Just wait until next week. No, I don't know. I don't know what I was going to say. So this is from Josh. If you think you love me now, then ending it sooner would be good for one reason only. Because if you don't, you're going to fall in love with me in ways you never thought you could. That is a guarantee. Speaking of a guarantee, last night by no means counts as your guarantee. It was not stated as such prior, so it doesn't count. I think he's trying to be cute. I feel so bad for Eric. I'm so disappointed. This is the guy. It'd make more sense if it was like King Cobra, because at least King Cobra is fucking popular. The judge is pretty, I like the judge. But I did it on purpose. I don't know what he's talking about. I'm guessing they banged or something. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what they're talking about. You will never be chopped liver to me. Absolutely not true. I had an epiphany. Okay, we're still. I just want to make sure this was still live in case they get back. And I'm too busy reading this fucking the spiciest affair I've ever read. Basically, just all the problems of a relationship shown in court. Oh my god. Oh no, okay. You will never be chopped liver to me. Absolutely not true. I had an epiphany of the selfish person I really am. And that's the only epiphany I had. The day you yelled at me on the phone, you had said I was selfish. And I was so offended by that. And now I understand why you said that. And why I feel so mad. Because it's true. You're right. If we don't end things, I would fall deeper and more in love with you than I already am, which is going to be even harder. Oh, guy talked himself into getting broken up with? Well, then how do they stay together? Okay, I'll take it. It doesn't count. Guarantee for the 3rd? Maybe that will be more of a date to remember than just celebrating Christmas and a guarantee. I know your fingers hurt. I know you're working. I can try to get away tomorrow for a phone call. I think we're gonna need it. Don't look good. Don't look good for Josh in this text. More memorable than Christmas. I don't know if she's like being sassy. Like we spent fucking Christmas together, you idiot. Or like Christmas was really not memorable. If you're going to be mad at me, you need to come see me and do it in person. If you're going to say goodbye forever because that's what you want, do it in person. Or better yet, just love me. Or better yet, just love me? Love me like you have no choice in the matter. I want to be my best for you. I want us to be ourselves for each other. What the fuck does that mean? We're reading Josh and Kouri's affair. I love our love. I love you. I do not believe that we could be great I do believe we could be great together for each other. What do you mean by more of a date to remember? Are you regretting your life choices, Josh? Look at him. Is he supposed to be reading them? Is that why we're looking at him? Did he stop reading them? Get your head up. I'm not mad about anything, I promise. Saying goodbye, we promise to do it in person, and both know it was coming and happening the day it happens. It was coming and happening the day it happens? This author, man. It's not what I want to do, but it's also not fair for you in any way possible because I want you, but I can't break up with my family. It's having your cake and eating it too. I do just want to love you. I do love you. I love our family, or sorry, I love our love too. It's my favorite. I do love you. I love our love too. It's my favorite. Put that on a t-shirt. I'm sure that'll be remembered forever. Do I think we could be great together? Yes, of course I do. You're one of my best friends, babe. I probably said fucking cringy shit like this. I need to never fall in love again, I guess. What if all this ends up in court somehow? I wonder what I've said. I don't fucking... Oh my god. No, ma'am. I thought you were getting a divorce. No. You're getting broken up with, remember? Because you pushed it in that direction. That's what I'm saying. What if that's in a year, you're just supposed to sit around and wait for me? No. And I would never ask you to. Oh, he just spun around and looked at the wall? Take me back to 7 a.m., please. Of course I'd wait a year. If you're coming over on the 3rd to say goodbye to me, you're not invited. You said she had to do it in person. Take it back to 7 a.m. every morning? Or 9 at every night? Okay. So they were banging at 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. When I'm assuming she was like, I just gotta go work to flip the house. I'll just take 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. every day with multiple phone calls and visits in between. So I'll just keep cheating on my husband for a year until we kill him and I get the life insurance. And then we buy the Midway mansion and we can rent it up for $12,000 a day to stay competitive. I'll see you. Wait, why am I reading things? My brain sees words and it just starts filling in blanks and it's got to stop doing that. It's because it's like crazy or something. I'll see if I can find a tree and put it in Little Mill Creek tomorrow. Oh, because he's doing landscaping. That makes sense. I was like, what the fuck? Maybe that's why my brain was like, this sentence is gibberish anyways, don't read it. If there's a particular one you want me to get, send me the info. The judge a little too nice. This is sweet. This is a nice guy. No, sweets. You do you tomorrow. Don't worry about the tree. Take the day and just relax. Storage unit stuff. Panda walk. Panda walk? The fuck is a panda walk? Don't worry about it. I really appreciate it, though. And just, hey. That is doing me. That's what I'm gonna do. So if you don't want a Charlie Brown tree, you might want to participate. And then he says, hey. She says, ha ha ha, you're the best. With the wrong you're. The thought of not talking to you and listening to your silly jokes sounds awful in a million ways. Okay. Oh, and I love you. Good night, pee in my pod. I love... Oh my god. What? Kouri? This is, it's a thing. See, it spells Kouri, but it also says Kouri. Like iRobot, but Kouri. I love you. Kind, outgoing, unique, romantic, inches away from signing her divorce papers and falling badly in love with her soulmate. Good night, Lima Bean. Bean. What? Too late. I've already fallen. Night.
Thank you, Scott.
All right. Well, I mean, I hate reading, but that's the most entertaining thing I have read. I think, yeah, definitely all year. I mean, we're pretty early into the year. Probably out of 2025 too. You guys know how much I hate reading. I was pretty engrossed. Anyways, let's hear what Josh has to say about all that.
That text was from December the 18th, 2021. I meant to go in chronological order.
That was all one day.
What? No. Everything we just read was from one fucking day? What a roller coaster of a day.
Sir, we're going to go back in time to November the 29th, 2021.
I thought that was like over, I don't know, like at least a couple months in their relationship.
Scott, can I get 2-12 Delta? Can we scroll that through that for Mr. Grossman and counsel, please?
I take it back. I love this court case. Yeah, they were reading them. When I was smoking, I just heard silence and I was looking and like they're showing a bunch of texts. Damn it. And then they weren't reading any of them. I'm gonna have to read these. What the fuck were these about?
Yes.
Lima bean pee in my pod. It sounds so gross.
Sir, is that an accurate depiction of a text exchange between you and Kouri Richins on November the 29th, 2021?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state moves to admit 2-12 Delta.
No objection.
States 2-12D is admitted.
And Your Honor, publish it, please.
Oh, more messages. Hold on. Just be straight, babe. You know I want to know. That's why I asked. I can't guess or decipher anymore. My head hurts. What date's this from? Okay, well, this is from November. So this was before the messages we just read. I seen one of the dates in the messages. It said it was like December or something. I didn't realize it was all from the same day. So this was like a couple weeks prior because it's the end of November. Get some rest. I don't want you to use your head anymore. It's hard to do that. It wasn't that big of a deal, really. I'll call you tomorrow. Maybe it's a tiny deal, but you could still tell me so I'm not made to sit here and wonder. That's not fun. Okay. This was at 8:30 at night, by the way, to give them a bit more context. To set the scene, I guess. She's at home. I guess dinner's been made. Kids are doing their thing. Eric is yelling at people on the phone, supposedly. Maybe not on the specific day. But just like, that's what we're doing at 8:30 at night. When I was little, I grew up scrubbing other people's toilets in Park City at a rich people's house after school. Christmas break, summer, I worked for my aunt's company. I was just always looked down on because you're literally the person cleaning toilets. She's just stealing Carmen's life or something. I always said to myself and my aunt, one day I'll own properties in Park City like all these rich, snooty people, and I will never be like them. You're banging the guy that's cleaning your toilets, Kouri. while you're cheating on your husband. What are you talking about? Tomorrow I close on 3 properties, all in the same day. 2 being in Park City. That's huge deal to me. Biggest accomplishment to date career-wise. It's never been about the money. No? Are you sure about that? Even now, it's about the money. Yeah, it has to be about the money. C's vacation. This is my vacation. You think I'd be covering this trial? Otherwise, no, because it's about the money. We have 35 fucking viewers, not paying many bills. It's a very self-destructive month, March. Anyways, that's a huge deal to me. Biggest accomplishment to date. It's never been about the money. It's about being able to say, I too have properties in Park City, and not being better than anyone. The way you treat people, and I can prove it. Tomorrow is a really big deal for me, self-accomplishment wise, to sit and reflect and be thankful. So I just wanted to sit for a minute and celebrate with someone and have a drink. No one really knows about the Park City properties. They won't mean. They won't mean? It's like Brooke.
Yes, sir. Water. Yeah.
Bro.
There's cold water in there for you.
They won't mean anything to anyone, but that's okay. I like the secret part of, and I don't like people knowing my business, but tomorrow is big. A big day for me. So that's all. I just wanted to see if I could find an hour we were both free to just toast to new beginnings of life and celebrate. It's funny because didn't Josh want to celebrate? Or not Josh, this is fucking Josh. Didn't Eric want to celebrate with her husband? And she was like, nah, I can't, I'm busy. I wanted to fucking celebrate with what's-his-face, Josh, instead. Park City's no joke. Just a master's degree? Who the fuck gave her this master's degree? Hope you have a great night. Good night. Thank you. That's not silly, babe. Not telling me would have been silly. Very, very happy for you. Of course I'm gonna celebrate with you. Sleep great. Keep me posted. Love you. And then this little pic, you and me. The heart connected. Some Christmas wagon trip. Oh, is this context to maybe it won't be as memorable as Christmas?
Scott, can I get 2-18 Delta, please? Can you please scroll through it for Mr. Grossman and counsel?
Oh, Amber. Amber, thank you for the PayPal. You got your shirt? That is fucking crazy. When did I make the shirts? Do you guys remember? I would have to go back and see when Brooke was streaming about the shirts, but it was, fuck, I want to say it would have been in between May and I don't think it was September. It was before September. August, maybe even July, but I want to say between May and July, I had the t-shirts up for sale, right? People are just getting the t-shirts now? I swear that's over 6 months, and I still have not seen 1 fucking cent for any of those shirts. So I hate Teespring. I'm never using them again. I will never even speak positively of Teespring. I'm thinking about just doing a hit piece video on Teespring. Fuck him. But I'm glad you got your t-shirt, and I appreciate you, and thank you for the patience, and I am so sorry. I'm so sorry for anyone who ordered a t-shirt and is like just getting them now. That's fucking insane to me. Anyways, Back to the show. July. Yeah, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. 8 months. 8 months. What the fuck? That's insane. That's not right. I should sue him. If I had the money, I would. The shirt came out good though, I'm glad. But this is why I don't have merch. If anyone's like, why don't Steve have merch? That's why. What are they doing? I guess he's just reading them. Probably. Do we have a transcript? We just don't have that transcript filter, so it was bugging me.
Sir, is that an accurate depiction of a January 9th, 2022 text exchange between you and Kouri Richins?
I mean, I think so. I didn't necessarily recognize some of it. I saw the word dope sick in there. That doesn't, I don't know that that's, can you scroll back up to that one?
Dope sick? I didn't, did you guys see dope sick? I didn't see dope sick.
That just doesn't seem like a topic of conversation of ours, but, or it doesn't seem like a word I recall.
Other than that word, does
Reminds me of the song I made back when I was on drugs and a rapper. I wasn't a rapper, but I did a rap song with a rapper called Skinny P. Fucking dope sick.
it appear to be an accurate depiction?
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's a TV show. Yeah.
Your Honor, the state moves 2-18D into evidence.
Dope sick is just, so basically when you become physically dependent on opioids or opiates, when you stop using them, you get sick. So you'll get you'll just feel like complete shit. You'll basically feel like the flu, but you just don't have drugs. And then people do drugs, not even to get high, but just to not get sick. And that's what dope sick is.
Evidence
No objection.
States 2-18D is admitted.
and to publish, Your Honor.
There you go.
Random question, have you ever done anything besides smoke weed drug-wise? Ooh, why are you asking Josh that? Yeah, pretty random. We've already had this talk. So basically, Josh was opening up to her, and she wasn't paying attention at all, obviously, or else she wouldn't be asking him this. But since it's in reference to her now, I guess she's asking him, and he's like, yeah, I actually already told you this, because I was opening up to you. This is just I just feel like that's probably what happened. No, we haven't? I would have remembered, I'm just curious. Yes, we have. More than once, too. The first time was at Chili's. Me, you, and Ronnie. Ha, well, what did you say? I told you. Yes, I've done other things, not all of them, not often. Is Daisy? Nah, Daisy's not in prison. She's... Yeah, I don't know. She was trafficking Vegan Patriot the last I saw her. And then she did go to jail. But then she got out of jail. And then I was just like, oh, never. So I don't know exactly. But that's my brief update. And then he said, and you. Asking Kouri if she's done drugs. Not a big deal. I was just wondering. I'm starting a new series, Dope Sick, tonight. A new series, Dope Sick. Is that like a Netflix documentary that just came out a few months ago? That's what made me wonder. When was the last time? Nope, not me. Like pimping vegan out, finding her Johns, convincing her to do other stuff she probably shouldn't be doing. Just making me disappointed in Daisy. I'm completely given up on Daisy, to be honest. She's a lost cause. I don't recall. Are you sure prescriptions count? Just calling her out. Years ago? Ha. Nope. Well, if prescriptions count, then when I had Weston, I don't recall isn't an answer. How could you not remember? I have a cabinet full of all sorts of prescriptions, but not my thing. Cabinet full and not my thing isn't ever an answer. What's for dinner? That's a non-answer. I answered perfectly. No prescription since I had Weston. And even then, I wouldn't take them, so I stored them in my cabinet. Just pain pills. Just pain pills. One of the most addictive fucking things you could take. And they are still there. Ha! Pills and drugs are not my thing. Prescriptions count then years ago for drugs and prescriptions for you? She has a Weston too, yeah. Gotta wait a whole pregnancy to get it. Yes, it's honestly, I'd be better off literally hand making my own t-shirts made to order. I would just need like a t-shirt printing machine. I have like rough knowledge of it. It's just a pain in the fucking ass. My buddy was making t-shirts like that at one point, so he got this like t-shirt printer and a whole bunch of t-shirts in bulk, like just a room full of t-shirts basically. And then we had to learn how to use this fucking, first we had to learn how to get it without paying for it, and then we had to learn how to use this program that no one knew how to use. I don't even know what he did with that. This was years and years and years ago. This was probably like 2012. Maybe I should hit him up. I think he does a painting business now. I think he I'm not going to say who he is because I don't know how legal this is, but he has two painting businesses that compete against each other, but you don't know that he owns both of them. So like when they're like, oh, I'm going to go get a better price from this other painting business. He owns both of them. So then he just like competes against himself. It's pretty smart actually. Anyways. Steak, mashed potatoes, mixed vegetables, you. No, my VA prescription. Oh, yeah, because he's a vet. I feel like I took someone else's at some point. I just can't remember who or what. Too much alcohol first. Not sure. Looking for ideas. Had Mickey D's earlier. Yours sounds good. Grill, boil, bake. Sure would like to see you/be with you in the kitchen.
Thank you, Scott. Can I get 2-27 Delta, please? Please scroll through it for Mr. Grossman and counsel.
Probably not. Honestly, it's probably cheaper to local custom. It's just shipping, is what it's shipping is what would get me probably, right? So Teespring was good because it was made to order by them, and the shipping was already included in the cost. Honestly, though, I'm just thinking about it. Like, probably most sales would be in North America, which wouldn't cost that much for shipping. And then it's not like people in other languages are watching me. So what I would have to do, like, probably the most expensive would be Australia. Shipping to Australia, probably.
Depiction of a February the 14th.
I don't know how much the UK would be.
Text exchange between you and Miss Richins.
It is.
Your Honor, the state moves 2-27D into evidence and to publish.
No objection.
227D is admitted. One moment. There you are.
Good morning. I'll call you when I'm gonna head down. Carpooling now, and then we have to run home and make quick finger food for Carter's V-Day class party. Valentine's Day, I guess. Drop off at school, and then I'll hit the road. Probably 9:40. I guess this is the day of the sandwich. The Valentine's Day sandwich. Josh says, cool. Exclamation mark. He said enthusiastically, leaving the school / commas? Heading that way. He liked, headed that way. Hour-long ride? Yep. And then a picture of the route, I guess. And then I love you. Meaningless. Have a convention? What are we having a convention for? I love you. Wanna be one of my Valentines? Wait, did she say I love you twice? Like twice in a row? Hold on. So that was at 6:11. Left unread. And then 20 minutes later, I love you again. Want to be my Valentine's? I don't think Josh is feeling it today. And then again, I love you. She said it 3 times. I can take a no. That's okay. At 7:51. So like an hour and a half later after the last I love you. Oh God. Shaking my eyes right now. My heart is smiling. When those 3 words come from you, it's very unique. It's literally not. Everyone says I love you to each other. People who aren't even in fucking love, like in a romantic way, say I love you. I love you, man. You know what I'm saying?
231-500-139. State's counsel and defense counsel are present.
All right, this is live. Caught me off guard.
Mr. Bloodworth, would you like me just to tell the jury when they come back in that the state has rested?
Yes, so that's fine.
Okay, will do. Ms. Lewis, Ms. Nestor, what's the plan?
Ready to go.
Who's defense counsel's first witness?
Can we have just a minute?
Yeah.
We have a couple of options.
Understood.
So unique when a married woman says I love you.
You don't want to. Your Honor, actually, at this time, the defense intends to rest.
We should probably do that in front of the jury, yes?
Right?
Okay.
What does that mean?
I just want to make sure you've consulted with your client about this.
Absolutely.
Is now an appropriate time to get a waiver of Ms. Richins' right to testify on the record?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Okay. You've consulted with Ms. Richins about her, or advised Ms. Richins about her right to testify, correct?
At length.
Okay. Ms. Richins, may I ask you 2 direct questions?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to testify at trial?
Yes, I do.
Are you following your attorney's advice and waiving your right to testify at trial?
Yes, I am.
I accept your waiver. I find it's knowing and voluntary.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So she's not going to testify?
Anything further on the record, Ms. Lewis?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Bloodworth, how would you propose we proceed from here for the rest of today?
Sir, let me backtrack a little bit on your earlier question. I think I should then rest in front of the jury.
Understood.
The defense can then rest in front of the jury. I think then for the rest of today, and I propose tomorrow, the court recess, and that we begin. The parties can work on jury instructions perhaps today or tomorrow, but then we instruct and close on Monday.
My face is not telegraphing any opinion one way or the other. I'm just waiting for a response.
I don't think we have a problem with that. I thought we were thinking it might make sense to get the jury instruction conference out of the way, and then.
I agree with you. May we do it tomorrow? Give the counsel, both sides, a chance to talk to each other about any additional instructions you think might be necessary, narrow any differences or discuss any differences you have regarding any of those, and we can have that conference tomorrow.
Yeah. Yes, that's fine.
Okay. So we'll talk about scheduling about that. Just want to make sure we're all comfortable with the jury being out in the wild between now and Monday morning. Yes?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Out in the wild.
Okay. All right.
Bro.
Are we ready?
They're not
for the jury,
calling
Mr.
anyone?
Bloodworth?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Lewis?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Why wouldn't she testify? That's her only shot. They did a shit job cross-examining. She's done. She's toast. Are they just going to, like, try to get a mistrial or something? Like, let the jury go out in the wild so we can catch one of them watching the fucking trial or something and then use that to get a retrial? Like, I'm trying to figure this out. What's their plan here? Are they just giving up? Or they're just done? We're hoping for the best here? Let's roll the dice. Were you gonna do closing statements on Monday? What is... I was expecting this to, like, go way longer. I'm not complaining. I'm just surprised. Public defender budget? Yeah, probably. I mean, they're not good lawyers. But the state went, in my opinion, easy on them.
Please have a seat as you come in.
It's probably because I'm not a lawyer, though. If they could go harder, I'm sure they would have.
Have a seat. Thank you. Mr. Bloodworth.
Your Honor, the state rests its case.
Very good. Ms. Lewis.
Damn.
Your Honor, after consulting with our client, the defense rests.
Understood. Thank you.
So
Ladies and gentlemen,
that's it.
there is some legal work that I need to do with counsel in this case to get from here to the next stage. Rather than use your time inefficiently with you in the courtroom, we're going to do the following. We're going to recess for today. You will be on your own in the wild between now and 8:30 a.m. on Monday morning. I cannot emphasize this enough. Between now and 8:30 a.m. on Monday morning, please do not say anything about this case to anyone. I would understand if you had to tell somebody that you have to be back here at 8:30 a.m. on Monday morning. Other than that circumstance, please do not discuss this case with anyone. Do not allow anyone to attempt to talk to you about it. It will take affirmative effort and diligence. I need you to use that same affirmative effort and diligence to make sure you avoid watching, listening, or reading anything about this case from any source whatsoever. And please do not do any search, research, query, anything of any kind between now and 8:30 a.m. on Monday morning. Please travel safe. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you at 8:30 a.m. on Monday. Please rise to the jury.
It'd be funny if, like, someone from the jury watches my channel. They're like, oh, I can just watch Brooke for the weekend. They come over, I'm fucking covering this. They're not. No one on the jury knows who the fuck I am, but it would be funny.
All right, folks, have a seat. May I propose the following? That counsel have an email exchange or a phone call, say 4 p.m.-ish today, about the state of the jury instructions and whether you think there need to be any additions or amendments. And then, to the extent there are, please send me an email or file something in the docket and let me know that you did. And then what time would you like to get together to talk about the instructions one by one tomorrow?
9:30?
Do you want to do it a little later just so I have time to look at whatever happens?
You suggest?
Late as possible.
Want to do it at 1?
Yes.
Sure.
Mr. Bloodworth?
Sure, sir.
All right. So you're all at least going to compare notes by the end of the day today. And if you file anything additional, you'll let me know by email. And I'll plan on being back on the record with you all 1 p.m. tomorrow. Mr. Bloodworth, anything else today?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Lewis?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Richins, 1 p.m. tomorrow. The court is in recess. Thank you. All rise.
Wow. Well, I guess the defense isn't calling anyone. They had a witness list, I thought, right? Because fucking Katie wasn't on the witness list, so they were like, bada 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 bada. All right, well, should we finish these messages? How much more of this? Like 2 more hours, but how long is he? Oh god, there's a lot. Oh god, there's a lot. I mean, I might cap it here for now, just because I'm hungry. Monday. Okay, so Monday's good. They're gonna like have discussions tomorrow. I don't think that's very. I think we need to watch it live. Is basically what I'm saying. We could probably just summarize it before Monday, like sometime between now and Monday, so we know what the rules are for the jurors. And then I don't know how long it's gonna take to get I guess it just however long it takes for the jury to decide, because they rested their cases, right? Be a maid of honor. Sure. All right, well, yeah, I'm gonna go for now. I'm just thinking tomorrow's Friday. Heather gave us like little bits and pieces. She was streaming on Instagram Live, which is very interesting. So hopefully she does more of that, and then we got more like something I can put together for Feral Friday. I should maybe edit more of that video today. I do want to get through these messages. I just gotta eat something first, and then I'm debating if I should try to do something else. It doesn't matter. I will see you guys around town. So tools for now. What did Brooke get to do in jail? She is mass communication of threats on educational property. Her court date is March 30th, and it's just been pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. So yeah, we gotta look more into that too. I mean, if this court case is ending, we'll go back to Brooks. Anyways, see you guys in a little bit.